Come on, Yak, I'm baiting him. Come on, you can do it. There you go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another War Thunder video. It has been some time since I've done a recording. And, well, I figured I'd go back and find something that I could use for some teachable moments. And this is of a Yak-9t gameplay that I recorded quite some time ago. I've definitely improved since then, but really this video is... It's really all about the teachable moments, more so than me pulling off some sort of sick maneuver. And it's been quite a while since I've done a video like this. I haven't been recording very much here in the last couple of months, so hopefully you guys will enjoy this. Flying out the Yak-9t against the Americans and the British as usual, because that's primarily what you get when you fly the Soviet planes. Once in a while you get Japan, but that's only on occasion. My reason for flying this actually has to do with the fact that I was doing some sort of mission where I had to shoot down Tier 4 fighters, and I thought that I'd rather not go all the way up to, like, say, facing Bearcats, and I'd fly something like this and hopefully get some easy P-51s to shoot down. And that's exactly what we're at after here. Got a Typhoon above us. I wanted to go after him, but he's got a little bit of an altitude advantage. I don't have a whole lot of energy to go up and get him. Got a Firebrand up high as well. One of the few Firebrands that I've ever seen climb. And at this time, I don't believe the Firebrand got an air spawn of any sort. There have been some adjustments to the gameplay where in RB, certain vehicles get an air spawn. I don't recall if the Firebrand is one of them. These grippy 37mm can take that out without too much trouble. My aim, it's not the greatest, but as you can see there, it only takes one shot to take off a wing. I don't fly the 9T often enough to get good with the guns, and it's true actually of a lot of vehicles, if I'm going to be completely honest about my my own limitations. Typhoon is still staying up high, and now he's beginning his descent. And this is where I got a little concerned. Got this guy on my tail, got F-82 in front of me, got a P-51 in front of me as well. All of them have altitude and energy advantages, and this Typhoon is closing quickly. The F-82 and the P-51 are working on this fighter in front of me. I'm moving in to give some assistance, but he's down. F-82 comes in for a head-on. I take a quick shot and nearly end losing my plane. Don't go head-on. That's too stupid there. Spark on the P-51. As usual. Damn 37mm, always sparking on me. Immediately turn right back over and pursue the P-51 before he can finish off and he's down. Damn it. Oh, so much for helping my allies. And focus on the F-82, another big target. Instead of diving and trying to get away, he's going vertically. He's tunnel vision on my teammate. And so much for that guy. Now it's time for the Mustang. Or is it? That damn Typhoon is getting close. But not quite close enough. So we focus on the P-51. And I cannot hit this damn thing. Just, I don't even know what that was. That was pilot error. And here I go vertically, hoping to shake off the Typhoon who was on my tail, or who I thought was on my tail. That was a very costly maneuver, but the reason I did it was because I know that the Typhoon has a difficult time of pulling up at high speeds. And my hope was that by pulling up myself, that he would have a difficult time of getting his guns on target, and I could avoid his shots. But in fact, he had pulled off me a few seconds before that, so in actuality, I wasn't in really any danger. Here comes the Mustang, going head on with 9T. That's really not something you want to do, guys. Don't go head on. Just don't. Very, very bad things happen when you go head on. There's nothing more frustrating, in my opinion, than spending 10 minutes in a battle and dying because you went head on. I mean, if you lose in an energy fight, that's one thing, but to lose in a head on, that to me is a total waste of time. And speaking of waste, here's a waste of energy where I blow all of my energy trying to sneak a couple of lucky shots into this Typhoon. I was really hoping that the 9T had a little bit more speed than it did, but I just did not have the speed to get this Typhoon. But in my defense, he's the last guy in the team, so I figured, well, why not risk it? It's not like he's going to shoot me down, or at least not initially. Eventually, he's gonna have to come down here and get me. He's gonna have to give up his altitude advantage. After all, it's only myself, a Yak-9, and a B-25 left. He's gonna have to start eliminating us one by one if he stands any sort of chance. And here he comes. Now, when I saw the Typhoon coming, I was planning on using the B-25 as bait. I was hoping he was gonna go for the B-25, and I'd use the gunner as a cover, essentially. But no, he's fixated on me. He knows that if he takes out me, then it's going to leave a much easier chance of him going after the B-25. So he sees me roll underneath him, and he zooms right back up. This is a boom and zoomer, classic boom and zoomer. If you are a boom and zoomer, and that's the extent of your skill set as an energy fighter, I really recommend you expanding your horizon, because you end up limiting yourself. And here again, use the B-25 as bait, and I almost get excellent team kills here by the B-25. Just very costly on my part use of energy. Basically, what I've done is I've energy trapped myself. I've spent all my energy one time after another going up after this Typhoon, and it's really screwed myself. Do not do this. And here he comes again. I try to get him to overshoot. He doesn't. He instead pulls straight up at an ungodly angle. And I thought, there's no way I'm going to catch him at that angle. So I had to immediately drop back down and try to go away. But again, he's right back on me. He's being incredibly aggressive with his boom and zoom attacks. What he's failing to do is regain that energy that he's expending when he pulls straight up like that. Here again, hoping that he would overshoot. He pulls up. Look at that angle for a second. It is just incredibly steep. I don't have my grade school protractor out, but that's nearly a 90-degree angle that he's pulling up in. That is unbelievably steep to be using that as a maneuver. When you do that, you blow a lot of energy. And what he's not doing is he's not zooming up to a very high altitude. Every time he does his boom and zoom, he immediately comes right back down on top of me, and he's not regaining enough speed or enough energy to continue his attack. So now, as we resume here, I actually almost stall myself out here trying to deal with this guy. Here he goes right back on me, being super aggressive. What he's effectively done is he's energy trapped himself by not taking the time to boom and zoom to a decent height, to a decent altitude. And see, what happens there is, as he goes down below me to gain energy to get away, potentially to come right back up into a vertical maneuver and hammerhead me, there just wasn't enough altitude there for him to maneuver, to do anything really. Because I could very easily have been able to get guns on him at that distance between us. And that ends up being one of the strangest endings to a match that I've had in quite some time. If you want to boom and zoom, it takes incredible patience. What that guy did to me in that Typhoon was he's being super aggressive and ended up costing him his plane. Energy fighting is more than just booming and zooming and turn fighting. There's so much more to energy fighting, and I recommend you guys expand your horizons, watch other YouTubers. There's some excellent YouTubers out there who can help you learn additional maneuvers. I've covered some on my channel, but I also recommend others like Messerschmitt, Cop Shredder, and Chippy. I'll link their channels in the video description below. Hopefully you can learn a thing or two from them. Anyway guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button, and of course if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Take care guys.